Dash?
Carla
Curry,
Griffin,
Indiana.
Indiana.
All right, there's two from Indiana at the same time. Who was that?
Carla Griffin.
Oh, hey, Carla. Anderson.
Hey.
Jill Curry, Indiana.
Indiana, awesome. Who else is out there tonight?
And Alicia from Indianapolis.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Alicia from Indianapolis.
Oh, Alicia, great to have you tonight from Indianapolis.
Debbie Large Pound.
Hey, Debbie.
Hey.
All right, in the chat box, we heard from Deborah Bunch. It said we can't hear her, but she's out there. Anyone that's on the call, feel free to type in the chat box as well. Certainly as we go through the presentation, if you have comments, questions, that's another way to communicate with the group and ask any questions you might have. We have our attendees are growing, so anyone else out there would like to tell us where you're from, your name and where you're from, and at about 10 minutes after, we're going to get started. Who else out there would like to share?
Michaela Slisher, Fulton, Indiana.
Hi, Michaela, Fulton, Indiana. Great that you're on tonight. Anyone else? Well, while we're waiting, I know Tyra and I are partners, and we're going to tag team tonight's presentation. We are on the webinar, or you can listen via your phone, either one. If you are on the webinar and you want to turn on your camera so that we can see you, that would be awesome. Everyone that was invited to this call, our leaders are in leadership with Avon. Certainly, this is a tool that you guys can use to communicate with your teams. This presentation, we're happy to share with you. If you'd like to duplicate it by sharing it with others, that is not a problem at all. We are recording tonight's call, so a recording will be sent out. We're just excited that all of you have taken the time. It looks like this is a good time of the evening to have a call. Hopefully you've had something to eat and the family's settled. And, we just ask that you have in front of you pen and paper so you can write things down and take some notes. If you have already purchased a calendar for 2018, that's awesome. It'd be wonderful for you to have that in front of you. If you have not purchased a calendar for this year, just for attending this call, we're going to have a couple of drawings, and you have an opportunity to win this Avon Boss Life calendar. We ordered a few from Town & Country. They're very nice in that they have the full year calendar, allows you to do your weekly planning. It's just an awesome tool for your business. So even if you've bought a calendar, you still have an opportunity tonight to win one of these and be able to take them home with you. I think we've got about 6 of these that we're going to give away tonight. And so we'll pause and we'll have an opportunity for you to win one of these, okay? Aside from that, it's 10 minutes after. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get going. Can you guys see my screen okay?
We're good, Dee.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to start out with, hey, this is Boss Life. And hopefully you guys feel that it is the Boss Life. You are the owners of your own home-based business. You can do what you want to do, and the sky is the limit. We've spent some time doing a few introductions, allowing you to kind of share your name and where you're located. Tyra and I have been partners in Avon for about 3 years now. And we just love working together. Tyra, you're going to hear her voice, but Tyra is in, is it West Virginia, Tyra?
No, I'm in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, so she's in Virginia and I'm in Indiana, and each one of us are leadership coaches, and we've just kind of reached out to some people in our area and say, hey, join us tonight. We want to share some information. Come as you are. We're going to share what we know. We know that most of the knowledge, I shouldn't say, yeah, most of the knowledge is on the phones. And it's in the heads of all of you, all of our attendees. You guys range in tenure from, a very short time with Avon to a very long history. And you've found out some things that work extremely well for you and some things that don't. One thing that we do know is that it's really important to do some planning to really have a successful year with Avon, right? And so we start out by really kind of sharing the 3 what's news that start off the new year for Avon, which is campaign 1, campaign 2, and campaign 3. As you can see on your screen, a very vibrant colors there. Many of you are well into campaign 1 and will be moving on to 2 and 3. Some of you are trendsetters and you're already into campaign 3. You're launching Aspera. We want you guys to share and speak up and let us know what's working for you, what has been your experience, and how are people responding to this new product. So we're going to give you an opportunity to speak up, and don't hesitate to type some things into the chat box. And then, as Deborah said, hey, she's gone into campaign 4 already. So our trendsetters are well on the way. Deborah, I hope you can get your audio working, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about, how Aspera has been for a trendsetter district, because many of the folks on this call may still be in campaign 1 and 2. I just love the work that our marketing team has done now with our brochures. They're absolutely gorgeous, lots of color, very vibrant. And I think these 3 to kick off the year really speak loudly in terms of Avon. As you know, the What's New catalog is kind of like your guide for what's happening with your business. There are lots of tips and for you in terms of promoting your business and to helping your team be very successful in the coming year. So if you have these 3 what's news, hopefully you've got them handy. You might want to reference them tonight. We're going to reference them a little bit as they are very critical to your success. As you move forward, we always like to start these calls, and we did have a similar call to this last year around about the same time, and we start out really talking about goals. We talk about your calendar, your campaign plans, understanding the what's new and what's in it and how it can help you with your business and with the members on your team. And at the end of the day, your business is all about sales and it's all about customers. And if you do those things right, you as business leaders, you're going to automatically drive people, or you're going to draw people into your business, because they're going to see all the exciting and wonderful things going on with Avon, and they're going to want to be a part of it. So we're going to touch on all of these topics tonight as we go through this presentation. So let's talk a little bit about goals. Christmas is over. Hopefully you've had some great downtime with your families. I'm sure your trees are maybe still up. If you've got young kids, they're enjoying their presents. You might have a few bills as a result of Christmas. You may have been able to pay everything with cash. Everyone's situation's different. But as you think about the new year, we're asking you to write down 3 goals that you have for your business. We know that you may have more goals, and your goals change maybe from campaign to campaign, quarter to quarter. But as you sit down here tonight in the comfort of your home, able to be nice and warm and cozy when it's 1 and 2 degrees outside and below, what are 3 goals that you have for your business? And so we're asking you to type into the chat box 3 goals that you have for your business. Also, jot those down on the pen and paper or pad that you have in front of you. And we'd just like to hear from you. What are 3 things that you're planning for your business? Kim says, make honor society. Awesome. Anyone else? Goals that you have for your business. Recruit 2 a month. All right, that's an awesome goal. I love it. She's getting very granular in her goal. Bronze leader, Carla. She wants to advance in leadership. Awesome. Who else out there has some goals for their business? Goal leader.
At least
Awesome. I hear it in the chat box. Feel free to share it out loud. Deborah Bunch, Rose Circle, be a leader. I would want to follow. That's awesome. Be a leader. That's a powerful statement, Leslie. Very powerful. Be a leader I'd want to follow. President's Club or higher. Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful goals that you guys are setting for your business. Increase customers monthly. Wow, I love it. Share Avon with 5 new customers a campaign. Okay. So, Tyra and I thought about the goals that you might have for your business as well. And you guys have already recited a lot of those. A couple of things that one thing that we had listed on here, actually 2 things that we had listed that I haven't seen in the chat box, was attend Rep Fest this year in 2018. And another was maybe to attend the spring workshops that may take place within your particular markets. We've heard a lot of president's clubs. We've heard about leader achievement, bronze leaders, silver leaders. And so all of that's awesome. So hopefully each person on this call tonight, and we've got about 15 people on this call, hopefully each one of you have written down at least 3 goals for your business. And we are saying write it down. We're saying write it down on the piece of paper that you have in front of you tonight. Put it on a sticky and stick it on the mirror in your bathroom so that you see it every morning. Put one on your refrigerator so you see it every time you go in to get, a little something to eat. Because it has been proven that establishing a goal is great. But when you write it down and when you make it visible to yourself each and every day as a constant reminder that this is what I plan to do with my business, the likelihood of achieving that goal is much greater than if you don't write it down. Okay? So hopefully everyone has written down their goals. Now, we have this saying here, which I think you can also write down, because not only does it apply to you, it applies to everyone on your team or everyone you may encounter that you're trying to help. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Now, I know we'd all like to have 3 wishes, and we'd love for those 3 wishes to come true. But in reality, a wish or a goal, either one, without a plan, is not going to happen. And so hopefully tonight, you're going to see some things that are going to help you develop some plans to make all of your goals and your wishes come true. And we're starting out with a calendar. Now, how many of you have already purchased a calendar for this year, or 2018 calendar? Because it's just around the corner. Okay, Carrie has one, Carla has one. All right. So if you happen to win a calendar tonight, you can use it yourself, or what an awesome gift that would be for you to give to one of the people on your team to encourage them to plan to succeed in 2018. So here's what we're going to do. Tyra,
I just say a leader on here, just brought up something really a really exciting thing. You know, we're saying purchase these paper calendars, but she's taken it a step further and she said, I'm planning on buying a paper calendar, but I'm putting everything on my Google Calendar, right? So that's great. If the electronic calendar works better for you, perfect. We love that too. We just know that writing those goals down, whether it's electronic or on paper, is definitely going to put you with your business in the right direction.
Yes, that's awesome. You know, and to her point, I use my phone. I put all of my appointments in my phone. So I do keep a electronic calendar, but I also have a paper calendar that has the full year and the full month, because sometimes I just kind of like to see 90 days laid right out in front of me, or 6 months, or the entire year. And sometimes that's a little difficult to see in an electronic calendar. So whatever works for you is really what's important. And we're not trying to tell you to do, one thing or another. We just know, a goal without a plan is a wish, right? Um, so that's an awesome ad. Now, I know many of you are able to get on the chat. And we have a number between 1 and 50. And right now, we're going to give away a calendar to whoever guesses that number between 1 and 50. So if you'll type into the chat box your number and keep up with it, and we're going to see who gets closest to that number. And when we get all of them in, we're going to put you guys on the honor system so that you can tell everyone, come back and say, hey, I am the winner. All right. How we doing? We got enough? We're getting a bunch of responses in there. Tyra, can you see?
Yeah, they keep coming in, so I guess we need to give them just a little bit more time.
All right. Good deal. Now, once we announce the winner, it's going to be up to that person to get with their coach with the address, or we'll capture it later so we can mail it right out to you tomorrow, so you'll have it. All right, things kind of slowed down, Tyra, you think?
Yep, I think that was maybe the last one that's going to type it in the chat.
All right. Hey, well, the winning number is 23. 23. So if we don't have a 23 exactly, who is the person that came closest to 23? And that's going to be our first winner for the night.
I see 25. That's the closest as far, well, it went over. Let me see.
Deborah Large said she's 25.
That's it.
All right, Deborah, you're a winner of a new Avon planner for 2018. So that's going to be put in the mail to you this week, so you're going to have it, all right? Congratulations. All right, we're going to do this again about 4 more times tonight, so there's 4 more planners going out to you. All right, so as you start to think about your planner, you may think about what are the possible dates that I'm going to put on my calendar. And we know that campaign order due dates are important, and everyone has a different one depending on what part of the country they're living in. When your orders come back is another important date to put on your calendar. What days are you going to deliver your orders? What birthdays and anniversaries will you be recognizing and celebrating? And when we say birthdays and anniversaries, this is not just your family members and your friends. This is obviously your downline, your team members. When are their birthdays and anniversaries? Plug those into your calendar so you can incorporate that into your daily plan and the part of the things that you're going to honor and recognize. What are the key holidays? When you look at the first quarter of this year, there's lots of holidays. There's President's Day. There's Martin Luther King Day. Those are days when schools are out. We've got Valentine's coming up. We've got Rep Fest, which is in August. What days have you set aside to do some prospecting where you're going out and specifically thinking about looking for customers, or new team members. You know, is there a particular day of the week or time that you're going to do that? Because again, if you're not putting that in your plan, the likelihood of you doing it is probably not going to be as great. We know that Avon has monthly virtual sales meetings where you can see what's going on in every campaign. When do those happen? Are you putting those on your calendar so you know when to plan? And what about those vacations? Hey, you live in the boss life, so you obviously are planning some vacations because you work hard and you need some of that downtime, right? What days are you going to set aside to just plan your business? It's almost like tonight. You're taking an hour and a half or so of your time and you're thinking strategically. You're doing some business planning. When will you do that? You know, when will you incorporate that into your plan? What kind of community events will you be engaged with? You know, one community event I ask you guys to think about is think about your local chamber of commerce. And if some of you are in a geographic area where there's 3 or 4 or maybe 5 of you can go in together and get a new Avon LLC or a new Avon membership with the Chamber of Commerce, and you guys take turns attending meetings and passing out your business cards and getting your name out in the community. Consider doing that if you've never done that before. And there's all kinds of community events, women's events, luncheons. You know, what are you going to do differently this year that you're going to put in your calendar? I know there's been lots of talk about open houses and Aspira launch parties. You know, when will you have that? Are you going to have maybe something like that once a campaign, once a quarter? When will you do it? Put it on your calendar and always think about women's events in your community, whether it's ladies' night out, mom's night out, you know, whether it's Wear Red, which the American Heart Association is doing to drive fundraising. There are so many possible events that you can be thinking about that you want to plug into your calendar. And do you have enough business cards and brochures to pass out and share your love of Avon and your exciting new health and wellness products that you have to offer this year? Now, you may say, well, when are my orders due? And as I shared earlier, everyone's order date is a little bit different. Most of you who are in Indiana, you have a campaign order date, and it always appears at the very top of youravon.com. It always tells you what campaign, what the due date and time is, and how many days you have left to submit that order. Now, if you're like Tyra, and Tyra, I'll let you speak to this, where your group is probably more under a flexible ordering schedule. Share a little bit about how that might work.
Okay, so Dee, if you are on the flexible ordering schedule, I know specifically if you're in the Southeast, those individuals that either are a leader in the Southeast or maybe you have business partners on your team that is in the Southeast region, we are on what we call a flexible ordering schedule. And we kind of, you know, showed here on the screen the difference between the top half of your screen where it shows what your due date would be if you're on a specific mail plan versus the second option there on your screen where it states campaign 1 order processing begins Wednesday, December the 13th and ends at noon on Tuesday, December the 26th. All campaign 1 orders must be submitted by that time. So what that really means as a leader is you can put in your order if you're in flexible ordering at any time starting on that Wednesday through that Tuesday as shown there on your screen. But please keep in mind that on that last day, if you're in flexible ordering, you want to have your order in by noon in order for it to count that particular campaign. Now, One other difference, and we'll go over this a little bit about flexible, is you can place your order at any time during that time frame with no late charges. But if you do want to place an additional order, the same fees apply just like if it would if you were in the standardized mail plan program as well. So it does allow you the flexibility to do with your business what you want and when you want. And you know what? If you love a particular day to place your orders, then place them that way every time. But say you have a big event coming up that maybe you purchased something for a wedding or a birthday and you need it a little or early. Well, then that's fine. Place your order whatever works best for you. Or maybe you like to receive your order on a specific date. Play around with it. And it's all about you and your business and what you feel works best for you. So that's the biggest difference between flexible ordering and the standard mail plan, that many of those with Dee are still in the regular mail plan cycle. So back to you, Dee.
All right. Thanks, Tyra. Now to you guys, I don't know if Avon's going to start to order flexible ordering to everyone. But if they do, it'll change just a little bit. But in the meantime, we have our campaign schedule, that we adhere to, but just know Avon's trying different things to see what might work. And so far, the results of flexible ordering has gone extremely well. So if you have questions about that, type it into the chat. We'll certainly get back with you. But you want to make sure that in your planning, you are really putting on your calendar when your orders are due and when those orders are coming back. And that's our primary reason for focusing on this one as a part of our discussion tonight. Okay? Now, you might think whether you're in a campaign schedule or whether you're in a flex ordering schedule, you're going to ask yourself this question. How am I planning my Avon time for the next 2 weeks? Now, time is one of those things that you never get back. So when you properly plan that time, you just know that you're going to dedicate a certain portion of your time for your Avon business. So you're going to consider these following questions. How much time is required for me to achieve my goal? And so that goes back to our very first discussion tonight.
Okay.
What are your goals? And depending on what your goals are, you're going to decide, well, how much time do I need to put in my Avon business to achieve those goals? And of course, we got a nice little graphic here that lets you kind of think through so many hours of the day. Well, when am I going to dedicate my time to my Avon business? And how much time do you have available, given your other responsibilities? We realize that some of you have full-time jobs. Some of you have lots of obligations with children, and you've got to plan your time wisely. So how much time will you dedicate to your Avon business? And we like to think of it initially as just the first 2 weeks, because we want you to think about how much you're going to dedicate to your Avon business per campaign. And if you break it down per campaign, once you create your calendar and your schedule for a given campaign, then at that point, it becomes duplication. You're doing that same thing over and over again every 2 weeks. So, type into the chat box and let us know. We'd love to kind of hear how much time each one of you are thinking about dedicating to your Avon business, each campaign. Or have you thought about how much time you might? Anyone? Okay, we got 7 hours, 10 hours. We're thinking about a campaign, right? How much time in the next 2 weeks will you dedicate to your business? It varies depending on the needs of my team and also your personal sales, right? Okay. Now, when you say it varies, understand that if you're creating a plan to achieve a goal, you must be very specific because your plan must be specific. It must be measurable. It must be realistic. Okay. So really think about how much time you're going to put in to planning your business. How much time are you going to dedicate to your Avon business? And I really would advise you to really stay away from a response like it depends or it varies. Because when you say that, you're typically not going to deliver on your plans. You have to be very specific, and you've got to plug those activities and actions into your calendar, and manage your time wisely. Okay, so we have some great responses in hours, and a lot of people are working, and 40 hours a campaign, which is 20 hours each week, that you might dedicate. That's what Rebecca is talking about. So see how much time you're going to dedicate, and then you're going to think about, okay, what am I going to do during that time? Now, as you think about those 2 weeks, you might ask yourself, as you look at your calendar, does your calendar reflect the right balance of activities and tasks to achieve my short-term and my long-term goals? So your short-term goal might be that, I'd like for my team to hit $8,000 in sales this campaign. So, what kind of activities are you going to perform and encourage your team to perform to do that? Your long-term goal may be President's Club, which says you personally want to achieve President's Club, and so you're charting yourself to $400 every single campaign in personal sales. So when you plan to take action, you're going to look at your calendar very similar to this. You're looking at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. You may have 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. if you're working outside the home. And you might decide in that 2-week period, let's say you're in campaign 2. In campaign 2, here's the things that I'm going to do to drive my business. On Monday, and you might decide that it's on a Sunday, I'm going to plan my week. I'm going to plan my social media activities in terms of what am I going to post on Facebook. I'm going to make 5 contacts a day. You might say on Tuesday, I'm also going to make my 5 contacts a day, but I'm going to a luncheon because I'm going to be coaching Carol. Or I'm going to a luncheon that's a Chamber of Commerce luncheon that allows me to network with some new women, new small businesses in the community. Or maybe I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go work out, and I'm going to go to the gym from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. Whatever's on your calendar that is very balanced, that allows you to take care of your health and wellness, that allows you to promote your Avon business, that allows for you to get more customers and to coach a team member, you're going to want to fill your calendar with those activities for the next 2 weeks. And then you're going to perform those activities, step back, take a look at it, and revise it as necessary. So this just gives you kind of a high-level overview of what a calendar might look like. And you'll see every day of the week, there is an action to make 5 contacts, whether it's on phone, text, Facebook, face-to-face. There's a couple of meetings here where you're meeting with somebody on your team to give them some coaching. That's whether it's on the phone, you're meeting for coffee, or you're meeting for a soda. Maybe you're planning a meeting. Maybe you've scheduled an opportunity meeting. Whatever the activity is, you want to look at how you're planning to take action. You can also think about, well, how can I delegate some of these tasks that I'd like to have happen? And by delegation, maybe there's somebody on your team that's really good at social media. And, they've decided that, hey, these are the things I'm going to post and promote for campaign 3. And you guys decide that, okay, we're going to post some of the same things. It's kind of working together, or having someone that's particularly good at one particular area of the business, to have them focus on that, and then you share it with the team. Did you mark off time for handling a cluster of tasks that are urgent but not important? And that might be, okay, I'm going to block off an hour, and I'm just going to work my dashboard on my Vibe, because that says I'm going to call my no orders. I'm going to call the people that are at risk. I'm going to call my birthdays and anniversaries. I'm going to lump a bunch of activities, and these are things I'm going to do on a Monday or a Friday. And I'm just going to take an hour, and boom, I'm just going to work my dashboard. These are my alerts that tell me, here are the things I need to do for my business. Okay, these are the things I can do from the comfort of my home, with my cell phone, or sending an email, or utilizing the communication tools that's in Vibe. You might also think about, are you, I think we have at the very bottom here, are you setting proper boundaries to be effective with your time? And those boundaries might be, what time of the day am I actually going to work my business? And am I just saying, I am not going to work my business on a Sunday? Sunday is my day of rest. It's my day to go to church. It's my day to be with my family, cook a wonderful meal. I'm not going to do my business on that day. And if that's what works for you, then you're going to want to plan it that way. That means you got 6 other days of the week to run your business. You may decide that I'm only going to do 5. Whatever your plan is, be very specific and write it down, right? Now, your Avon business needs customers every campaign. It's almost like Walmart. Walmart wants customers coming through their doors every single day. And if you think about it, if you have 8 customers buying from you every single campaign and their orders are $50, then you've got a $400 campaign, and you're going to achieve President's Club. So you really want to break down your task and your goals in very meaningful and useful ways. And when you do that, you can easily coach the people on your teams to do the same. To say 8 customers spending $50 with you in a campaign is a $400 order a campaign. If you do that for 26 campaigns, you're going to achieve President's Club this year. It's really just that easy. It's really simple math. And so you might think, wow, $50 order. Well, how can I get a $50 order? Or you might say, who on your team will you help to make President's Club? And who on your team will you share this simple mathematical equation, 8 customers, $50 order equals a $400 campaign? Now, you might think, okay, well, what does a $50 order look like, right? So think personal care items. Take a look at your brochure. Let's do it right now. I know many of you have a brochure handy. You might have a campaign 1, 2, or 3. If you're a trendsetter, you may have a 4. Take out that brochure that you have close to you right now and think about that $50 order. And I'd love for the first person who can type into the chat box their $50 order with the group, that person is going to get a calendar tonight. All right? Whoever types in that first $50 order and what it looks like in the chat box for us tonight is going to get a calendar. Okay? So we're going to give you some time to think about it. Get your brochure, add it up, and think about how easy it is to build a $50 Avon order. And Tyra, as they're thinking about that, what are some things that come to mind to you as you're thinking about that $50 order?
Well, Dee, I think it's all about, cross-selling and upselling. Whenever you sell that perfect cheek color, what about mascara to make your eyes really pop, or what about the eyeshadow to go along with it? And then, if you're hair, skin, and it's hair, skin, and nails, right? So you also want your nails to look nice. So what color polish could you offer to increase that sale? And then, it even goes a step further, Dee. You want to build that order up so that you can offer them, we all know what it is, the A box, for an only additional $10. So, what is it that you can do to get that order size of at least $50? And then when you do, with any $40 purchase, you always can upsell them to the A box. So, it's always thinking outside the box, really knowing your customer base and what that they like, so that you know what the newest products are that's coming out, or maybe in the what's new, that you can turn them on to, so that you're increasing their order size the next campaign and the next. So it's really getting to know your customer base.
Awesome. Well, we've got some great entries in the chat box. Leslie Holbert said she built her $50 order, and she said, hey, it's one of the regiment kits. It's $55. Then they'd get an A box for $10. So thanks, Leslie. You're going to get a calendar sent out to you for that suggestion. And right below her, we have Deborah Bunch. Deborah says, in campaign 3, any 2 for 42 of the anew on page 95, and then add the A box, and that's a $52 order, because a $40 order gets a $10 A box. So she built a $52 order. So that's great. You're thinking in terms of $50 orders. And then the next step is, thinking about 8 customers to do that with. So the more you can teach your team members how to have 8 customers buying $50 in Avon from them every single campaign, when you help one of your team members reach President's Club, you're going to have someone that's going to make President's Club year in and year out, because all of the statistics really prove that to be true. We have someone else. We're waiting for a name. They had a line eraser for $21.99 and some cream for $19.99 and an A box. So they also built a $50 order. So we don't have the name. So if you guys can tell us your name, we'd love to get you a calendar out. All right. And then we have Helen. And Helen will be our last one. Helen says a new Supreme at $34.99 plus earnings of $7.99 plus an A box. It's $52.98. I'm not sure. Oh, earrings. She sold some earrings. All right, so she built a $50 order, and not only did she do skincare, but she sold some jewelry and an A box, which is a wonderful sampling of her products. I love it that you guys are thinking about the power of the A box. So Helen, to let us know what your last name is, and we'll make sure that you get one of the calendars as well. Tyra, we've got some awesome $50 order builders out there, don't we?
We do. And I think Helen is Helen Wallace. And, we were waiting on the name for the line eraser one. And I believe, I'm not for sure, I don't know. Let's see, I believe it's Sherry. Sherry Fleener came back, and I believe that was hers for, yep, that's what she said, the line eraser. So, yeah, great ideas. Love how you all have different ideas. Everybody has a different spin on how that they're going to create that $50 order. But, as leaders on this, think about how that, you've just done this with us. So how can you take this exact same concept and do it with your teams? And what would that do for your overall team sales? So, yeah, it's been great.
And Tyra, we talked about this $50 order, we're just saying, hey, think about the impact of a $50 e-store order. Now, when someone places a $50 e-store order, because guess what? We started this conversation talking about planning. We talked about how much time you're going to dedicate to your business. We talked about your calendar. Now, if you get your customers and you teach your team members to bill 8 customers buying $50, then the easy and logical transition is utilize my e-store for that $50 order. It's going to be delivered to you within 24 to 48 hours. And think about, what does that mean for your time and your sales? Time and your sales, right? On that $50 order. All right, Tyra, I'm going to kick this over to you on President's Club, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Dee. So thank you so much. So I want to talk to you all about President's Recognition or President's Club, which all of you on this call, I know many of you have been in President's Club before, but just type in the box if you're planning to achieve President's Club or higher this year. Just type in PC, or maybe it's Honor Society, maybe it's Rose Circle, or maybe it's Inner Circle. Just type in what level that you're wanting to achieve with your business this year. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Oh, there's PC, Honor Society, Rose Circle. Wow, I think we've got them from all across, all different levels. PC for 2018 again, so great. So this will be a second time achiever, apparently. Good. So let's talk a little bit more about the President's Recognition Program. This is where the big boss life really begins. And membership in this elite group opens up a world of opportunity for you to earn incremental earnings and points that can be used toward gifts and other incentives like gift cards, trips, dining, electronics, appliances, and much more. So if you all would like to share in the chat box, maybe those of you that have already achieved PC, maybe some of the perks or prizes that you've won in the past, I think that sharing is so, it's so instrumental, because those who may not have achieved it on the call, it gives them something to look forward to this coming year. So the biggest thing when we talk about planning and we talk about your calendar that Dee spoke about, you want to make sure that you have this in your calendar. The President's Recognition Club for 2018 started Campaign 1, 2018, and it will end Campaign 26 of 2018. But how do you get into this special elite program? Well, you want to achieve at least $10,000 in personal award sales this year. That is how you get into the first level of this very elite program. Now, I know for myself, and I'll just use my own personal experience, when I came to Avon and I attended my first PC, it was absolutely amazing. It was so elegant. It was a nice dinner. And as we know, new Avon just continues to make things bigger and better for us across the board. So I cannot wait to see what that entails this year. We don't know yet as your coaches, but we can't wait to find out and see those of you at the President's Recognition Program this year. So as we continue on, we've just kind of put some pictures up there for you all to start thinking about that these are some great points and they're perks and prizes that you can achieve by becoming into this elite membership. So what do you really get at President's Club? Well, you can earn 40% on your personal sales. Now, here's the best part about the program. It's 40% across the board. So once you achieve that for the previous year, then that next year you will receive 40% on your personal sales beauty products. But some of you typed in the chat that you want to be Rose Circle or Inner Circle this year. That's an amazing goal. And look what that's going to do. You're going to achieve more at those levels. I mean, earn more. 45% at Rose Circle, 50% at Inner Circle. So the sky's the limit. You want to get into President's Club and then just continue to grow your sales.
Tyra, in the chat box, Deborah, who is a trendsetter, she's probably going into Campaign 4, and I don't know if we can hear Deborah now, but she made a comment in the chat box that she already has 6,100 points for 2018. So already for this year, she has over
Yeah.
6,000 points for
Wow.
2018.
We would love to hear from her. Do you think she can come off mute?
You know, I don't know. She's typing here. So, Deborah, if you can get off mute, let us know.
Can you
We'd
hear
love
me?
to.
Hey, Deborah, I think we can hear you.
Can
We
you
would
hear
love
me?
to.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, with Trendsetters, we were given double dollars not only in campaign 1, but also in campaign 2. So that helped tremendously.
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yes. So your 6,100 points, you're actually saying you have 6,100 in award sales.
Yes, in award sales.
All right. Awesome. Because you had double dollars in
Did you
campaign
hear me?
1 and 2. Now then in campaign 3, you have double dollars for Aspira, right?
Yes, but I did not order any Aspira because I ordered it in the demo on campaign 2. So I didn't reorder any more in campaign 3 because financially I just could not afford that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But it counted for double dollars in 2 for you.
Yes.
Awesome. Wow, that's unbelievable. You're 6,100 and you're just you've just completed 3 campaigns for the year.
Yeah, we just submitted well, I didn't submit mine. I'm submitting mine late, but campaign 3 went in last night. Yes. So we are now in campaign 4.
Awesome. So you have leveraged double dollars. Awesome.
Yes.
Very good. There's another comment from a person, Deborah Large. Can you come off mute and talk a little bit about what President's Club has meant to you?
Well, it's the really good part of getting the 40% all the time, and I've done it for several years, and I really enjoy that, and it helps a lot, and I like using my points for the Miss Albies because I still feel like they represent what I have done, and so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, and we have Sherry Fleener. The big thing this year for the holiday was the stainless steel pressure cookers. I mean, they were all over Home Shopping, QVC, and looks like Sherry got a stainless steel pressure cooker. Did you get those with your points, Sherry, for your President's Club points?
Dee, I think she was having difficulties with mute earlier, so she maybe can type it into the chat, but she may not be able to speak.
Oh, she did. She did say yes. So, people have shared that, prizes and gifts. Now, we always you guys have enjoyed the benefits of President's Club. You know how to do it. You know how to generate $400 in sales every campaign, or you know how to leverage double dollars. So you might want to think about, do all the people on my team, do the people in my downline, do they understand that? Because if you can teach that simple concept to the people on your team and they can start to reap the benefits that you have reaped for making President's Club and getting prizes and gifts, just think about what type of representative they're going to be for you and for your team. And they're going to be a representative for life.
And Dee, I think that just really drives home about, how we have coached to really share your story, not only from, sharing the opportunity for people to come into your business to become business owners, but sharing your personal experiences about the products that you've used and what that you really like. And, going a step further and saying, because of my sales, I am in this elite program, and hey, here's all the benefits that I've gotten gotten. That is part of sharing your story. And when you share those stories with people and you're interested in them, that is what drives them or drives the business. And if you're speaking to your people, on your business partners, on your teams that have maybe never achieved PC before, think about how they're going to listen and tune in as you share your experience. And like Sherry saying she won the pressure cooker, or Debbie speaking to you about the Mrs. Albee and how that's a reflection of her hard work and what that's really meant to her. By sharing those personal experiences, that is really what turns people on to growing their sales, growing their business.
Awesome, Tyra. I mean, I just love it. Motivate my team and share all the tools to help them achieve their goals. That's what Rebecca has to say. And Teresa, find out what they want and train them to get there. Awesome, Teresa. Oh my gosh, you guys are just fabulous.
Okay, so I'll take it from here, Dee. So as we talk about growing your team sales, we really want to share, talking about growing your team sales by sampling. Well, we all know in this business, as an Avon representative, you all have been sharing over your whole career, right? You're sharing the samples that we have. Maybe it was on fragrance. Maybe it was a new lip color that came out. So how do we take this one step further and really leverage it as we kick off 2018 with our new health and wellness line? So you really want to think about your customer base. And just a simple chart here that Dee and I came up with. I want you to stop and think about something for just a moment. If you take 8 existing customers times a $65 Aspira order, and we just kind of pulled 2 products out of the brochure. One was the vitamins that you see here on the screen, and that is the 3-pack, and then an actual container of the protein power. Those 2 products alone is a $65 order. Now, keep in mind, we said existing customers. So we know those customers are already bringing you in sales. But what if you turn them on and provided them with samples to try with the Aspira? Look what this could do for your sales. If you had 8 existing customers that bought these 2 products alone, that $65 for each 8 customers is an additional $520 per campaign. Can you think about what that's going to do for your overall sales? Now, we're talking about customers. Well, Dee spoke to you earlier, and I spoke to you about the benefits of President's Club. Think about that. Think about how that could leverage you to getting you to PC or one of those higher titles. So who on your team is embracing health and wellness? Does anybody have really any great story out there about maybe how that you have already purchased some of the health and wellness line? You've had customers that have already been turned on to the product. Anyone have anything out there that they would like to share?
Well, I noticed that Teresa Mullins.
Hello.
Oh, Teresa, are you there? Can you speak so we can hear you?
Okay. Yes, I can.
Awesome. So what?
Okay. I was just saying one of the girls under me, Tina Bailey, she's already started it, and she's so excited. And in our group, and like in my team, we've all been talking about, oh, we cannot wait. And we're all going to get started on the first of the year. I've ordered mine, and a lot of my girls have priced it, and our prices are even better than what they have been paying.
Awesome.
So we're all excited.
Great, great. And think about that. 7 in 10 of your customers currently take vitamins and supplements. So as a leader, the next question you want to be asking yourself, 7 out of 10 of my customers currently take vitamins or supplements. Well, where are they buying from? How do you turn those customers on to our new product line? And how is that really going to increase your overall sales? That is really
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, testimony. I heard that, Teresa. Good. Okay, so as we continue to talk about the samples and Aspira, think about this. If you introduce customers to Aspira, results that they can not only see, but they can feel. What if you reached 10 new customers and 10 current customers? Each one of them with a box of 10 sample packs for only $5. What would that do to your overall earnings?
Wow. So
Can you think about that? That is substantial as far as a sales growth, because guess what, guys? That's a whole new target market. And where can you find that target market? Would anyone like to share maybe where that you think that you can go to find these additional customers? Or, hey, think about it this way, guys. What about the opportunity to people to come into the business that really is interested in health and wellness? Where might those people be as we enter into 2018? Where might be some great places to find customers? Can anybody type into the chat box? So Sherry says the gym, absolutely. Samples is a great opportunity. Any other place? Oh, the gym. Everybody's saying the gym. That's true. On Facebook is another way. So using social media. Health and wellness seminars. Absolutely. The YMCA. Right. So as leaders and business partners, you know, how do you duplicate that with your team, right? How do you get their thoughts going as to what that they can do as we kick off 2018? Because we know at the beginning of the year, in general, inside Avon and outside Avon, everybody starts to set these very lofty goals that they want to become a better version of themselves, right? They want to become healthier. Maybe it's to lose weight, whatever that it is. So, you know, what in our product line will appeal to them that they'll get turned on and be those repeat customers for your business? And hey, there's always auto ship, and then you have that consistency in your sales all throughout the year.
You know, and Tara, you and I talked a little bit about, and I think we talked to leaders about this, you know, so often our sampling has been that you as a leader or an Avon representative, you buy the sample and you give it to them free. With health and wellness, you may want to buy the sample and sell them the sample for $5 because you want them to try the samples. And if they're going to get a 10-day supply or a 10 sample pack, that's them using that product for 10 days. So you want to sell that to them for $5. And then you want to follow up and you want to ask them, well, how did it make you feel? You know, are you ready for a 30-day regimen? You know, so don't give it away because one sample pack is not going to wow them. It's going to take them at least 10 days of trying it. And I think Deborah says it best. She said, yes, you sell them. You sell the samples. So that's a revenue generator for you. Do not give them away. Sell your sample package, right?
Absolutely, Dee. And here's the thing. Here's the great news. You already know people that are buying the wellness products. I just gave you the stats, right? Now they can buy from you, someone that they know and that they trust. And by having just casual conversations, you probably already have developed a good understanding of your customers' well-being and their needs, from skincare to makeup to any part of their lifestyle and who that they are. So you've positioned yourself to make their lives even better. So make a list of everyone you know who might want more energy, better sleep, a faster metabolism, great skin, healthy hair, strong nails, to be a healthier version of themselves, like I said earlier. And just simply reach out and let them know about the newest addition to Avon's family of these amazing brands and that you have some samples on hand.
Oh my gosh. Rebecca, can you come off of mute and talk to us? You said you've lost 32 pounds on Shakeology. So talk to us. Talk to us about Shakeology and tell us what you're thinking of doing with the protein shakes from Avon.
Hello,
Yeah, hi,
can
Rebecca.
you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. I've been on Shakeology for about a year and a half, and it's been really good. You know, I go to the gym and stuff like that. The only thing is that Shakeology is a good product, but it costs you about $90 for a bag. It's got the nutrients, everything that you need. So I have about maybe 30, 35 more pounds to lose. So now that Avon's brought this health and wellness, I'm really excited about trying their protein shake and everything that goes with it. Because if you purchase everything with the whole regimen, it's a lot cheaper still than Shakeology. And from what I've read with the nutrients and everything that it has, it's basically more or less the same.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, because so often we don't really know exactly what the competitive product has to offer. But by you
Hmm.
sharing your personal experience, and congratulations with losing,
Thank you.
30 pounds. That's awesome. But
Yeah.
you obviously can compare the two products and share it. And, everyone is, striving to stay within a budget. And if they can save money on their shakes and on their
Right.
health and wellness products, then I would think that's what they would be looking to do. So, thank you again for sharing your experience. And so how do you see this fitting into what you want to accomplish with your Avon business for 2018?
Well, I'd like to go ahead and share my experience with the new product with Avon with my customers. A lot of customers have seen me lose the weight and they've wanted to go on it, but they feel that it's too expensive. So I think that it's really going to work really well for the people that have wanted in the past to try Shakeology. I'm really excited about it because of all the rest of it. You know, I didn't have to take, we didn't have the rest of it like the energy boost and metabolism boost and all that. So I'm really excited. Hopefully I'll go ahead and try to make them a new customer on that product.
Awesome. Awesome.
Great. So thanks for sharing. So, and it's as simple as sharing, just like she shared her story with us. It's what that you already do. And just like she presented to us, you are your own best advertisement for your business. Just like you share your story and your passion for Avon, talk about your personal Aspira testimonies, right? Talk about, you're taking this product and, how that you enjoy it, because you are the best advertisement for your business. So, we've already asked this question a little bit ago, but who will try a 10-day sample for only $5? So when you think about your customer base, does those names immediately pop into your mind as to who that will try that sample? Or maybe when you go down the list of all of the products that's in our new lineup, you've maybe heard your customers before say, I wish I had some more energy, or I wish I could sleep better, a faster metabolism. That right there may be that additional little spark. Now as we start thinking about this, I remember that Ann said she would love to have more energy. And now's the time to reach back out to them and introduce them to this great new product here in 2018. Now, how are you going to sample for success? Well, it really starts with sharing. You want to reach out to everyone you know through social media, text, email, even a good old-fashioned phone call will probably just work for you. And next, you want to engage with them. You might share the Vitamin Finder, the digital quiz from your online store. It's quick results for your customers, and it makes you an instant expert about the products. Remind everyone that the results are guaranteed or their money back, and ask for the sale. Last but not least, follow up. Check in with your customers to see how they like the products. Maybe there was a product that they were on the fence about, and now they may want to try with you. So how do you start those conversations? Well, Dee and I definitely wanted to put the next slide in here because we are so impressed, like we said, with our marketing, with New Avon, and all the tools that they're giving you to become the best leader and business owner. But just take a look at this. This is a great tool for you to use. It has all types of conversational starters of how you can start that conversation and making sure that you're sharing it the right way. And I do just want to cover that on this screen. So always make sure you're sharing the right way. Sharing your experience and results will be one of the most effective ways to promote and generate your sales with Aspira. Always be sure that it's your personal testimony is accurate and truthful based upon your personal use of the product. Never suggest the products treat, cure, or prevent any disease or guarantees physical results. Disclosures that are on Avon Rep, and if applicable, that you have received the free product, payment, or gift in exchange for your testimonial, such as an entry into a contest, test, or etc. Always follow these guidelines in print, verbal, and written communications, online through your blogs, websites, social media, and even in casual conversation. For ease, we provide all approved product claims and earning statements in Avon's brochure and current advertising. So that's right there on your screen, but I just wanted to cover it on this call. And here's the thing, just the little last tip. Expand your reach beyond current and new customers. Re-engage inactive team members and prospects who had previously said no, because now's your opportunity. And share the news of this exciting new launch and let them know there's never been a better time to revisit the Avon opportunity. So back over to you, Dee.
Tyra, I mean, it's just exciting just thinking about the opportunity that Aspira offers. You guys type in the chat box. So we're just interested. How many customers do each one of you have? Those of you who joined the call tonight, how many customers do you have? And so type in the chat box and let us know. I'm gonna give you a few minutes, and we'd love to hear from you as to how many customers you have. We see 5, we see 30, we see 10, 32.
5.
Oh, 26 or 30, 60.
5.
Oh my gosh, 60 or 80. Awesome. So, the very first fact that is on this page, it says 7 in 10 of your customers currently take vitamins or supplements. So, talking about an easy sell, if you've got 10 customers, 7 of them already take a vitamin or supplement. And so 7 of your 10 customers already are going to be open to hearing what you have to say. And if you've been on the Aspira calls, you know that Avon kind of priced the Aspira product right there in the middle. We're not the most expensive and we're not the cheapest, but we're right there in the middle. And as you learn, as Tyra said, how to promote these products, you could double your sales from your existing customer base. Now, think about how you can teach your team. If you've got a team of 30 people or 40 people or 50 people, you maybe only have a team of 10 people. But however many people you have, if you're able to teach those people that 7 in 10 of their existing customers are currently taking vitamins or supplements and are looking for an opportunity to try a product that's plant-based, that's good for them, that's a real opportunity to grow your business from existing customers. It's not about you going out trying to get brand new. It's about you farming those existing customers that you have today. So think about how that applies to you personally, but more importantly, think about how you're going to encourage your existing team members to do the same. Okay? All right. So we also want to spend a little time here talking about Path to Bronze Leader. And hopefully you're connecting the dots here, because everything that we're talking about tonight is a building block to bigger and better things. It's a building block to you achieving the goals that you've written down. All of you have written down 3 goals tonight. Everything we're sharing with you tonight is going to allow you to achieve those goals. So here's the Path to Bronze Leader. Now, this is a 2018 compensation plan. Many of you have probably seen that. I will tell you, every time you see it, you see something new and different. It's because it's a lot to comprehend and remember. But say your path tonight is Bronze Leader. And the reason why we say Bronze Leader is because at the Bronze Leader level, that's when you can kind of say your leadership business is rocking and rolling. You already know how to sell. You're achieving President's Club or Honor Society and Rose Circle. But when you get your leadership business to the Bronze Leader level or above, you're really starting to drive your Avon business. Now, let's understand how you're driving it. So let's just say you're already achieved President's Club. We know you can do that. We've already got a testimony from someone who's already at 6,000 in award sales, and they're just in campaign 3. So you're going to do that because many of you have done it already year over year over year. So you're getting 40% off of your sales. You're getting 20% off your home and fashion. You personally are easily generating over $200 in sales a campaign because you're at President's Club. In President's Club, you're generating about $400 in order to achieve it. You know, you've got enough people on your team where you're getting 10 first-generation orders right there. 10 first-generation orders. And then your team sales need to be $8,000. Now, I don't know about you, Tyra, but I spent a lot of time talking to leaders throughout my territory of Central Indiana. And I have so many people who are hitting $200 in sales, and they have 10 first-generation orders. But when they look at their business and they're thinking about their strategy, what they're having the most issues with is driving $8,000 in team sales. And when they hit that $8,000 in team sales, they're actually getting this $20 for their recruits. They're getting that 3% sponsor bonus. They're actually going to give themselves a promotion of $1,500 just by hitting Bronze Leader if they've never achieved that title before. They're mentoring new people, and they're getting that $750 mentor bonus. And their first generation is paying them 6.5%. Their second generation, 3%, their third generation, 2%, and the fourth generation, 1%. And they know that they can earn up to their 5th generation once they hit the Bronze Executive Leader level. Now, it's important for you to understand your compensation, understand how you get paid, and as you set that goal to be Bronze Leader, you understand how you're going to get there. And I would venture to say every representative on this call tonight who have set a goal to get to Bronze Leader, the only thing holding them back from getting there is not their personal sales. It's not their first generation orders. It is their team sales. And everything we've talked about tonight is all about how are you going to build your sales. Now let's understand the impact of being a Bronze Leader. So let's do the math. You're a Bronze Leader. Your team sales times 70% is your earnings percentage times your level of earnings. That equals your commission. So let's take a look at this. Your personal sales are $200. You have 10 first-generation orders. Your total sales are $8,000. All right? That means you're going to get 6.5% for your first generation. So let's do the math. You got $8,000 in team sales in campaign 4. Let's just say campaign 4. No, let's move it up. Let's say campaign 5, because you're going to implement some plans and some strategies that by campaign 5, you're going to be rocking and rolling. And your team's going to be doing $8,000 in team sales. You're going to multiply that $8,000 in team sales times 70%. That comes to $5,600. If you take that $5,600, move it down here, multiply it times 6.5%, which is your first generation commission level. That means you're going to earn $364 a campaign or $728 a month just from your leadership business. That doesn't count what you're earning from your own personal sales because you're at 40%, right? So you're earning 40% on your sales as well. So to become a bronze leader says that you're going to look at generating about $728 a month. Now, what would $728 a month do to your monthly budget? You might want to ask, write that down, and then you might want to think, oh my gosh, well, who on my team can I also coach, teach, help achieve $728 a month? Because it is the power of multiplication. If you want to achieve bronze leadership and you find 2 or 3 other people on your team that want to achieve bronze leadership, that power of duplication is really going to put some money in your pocket. So, again, your path to bronze leader, what do you need? As you look at your team members and you're like, okay, I'm going to find a team member on my team that has no problem selling $200 in personal sales every campaign. Matter of fact, they're probably doing President's Club. Matter of fact, you're going to help them generate President's Club every campaign at $400. So bingo, check that off. Who on my team has at least 10 people on their first generation? They're placing 10 first generation orders. And then team sales of 800. So you say, let's just say your current team sales are $500.
Hey, Dee, that was 8,000, not 800. Just
8,000. Okay, 8,000. So let's just say your current
I
team
don't want to mislead anybody and then think, oh, I could be there at 800 accidentally.
1,000. So let's just say your current team sales is 5,000, and we know that that exists out there. You got say you got 5,000 in team sales, and you got 50 people on your team, or say you got 30 people on your team, or maybe you have 20 people on your team. Say your average order size is $100. You have a goal to go to bronze leader. To go to bronze leader, you need 8,000 in team sales. Those 50 team members are still those 50 team members. You have not recruited a single new person. But because you have mastered that $50 order that we talked about earlier, your average order size has increased to $175. So you might want to think about, well, how can you increase your team's average order size, right? You might want to think about how are you going to teach and empower your leaders and your team to really focus on that $50 sales. $50 sales. Everybody may not do it, but if you get enough people doing it, it's going to drive your average order size. It's going to drive your team sales. It's going to allow you to achieve bronze leadership. So you guys, it's about 9:28, and we were going to end in an hour and a half, so we've got 2 minutes. So Tyra and I really want to thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully something that we have shared with you has really, generated some interest and excitement in you really driving your business. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Tonight we have 5 people who will be receiving a new Avon planner. They're Deborah Large, Leslie Holbert, Sherry Fleener, Deborah Bunch, and Helen Wallace. Thank you all for joining tonight. You will receive your planners in the mail. And we just really want to wish you all a very happy and prosperous and healthy new year. Tyra?
Yeah, Dee, I think you closed us out really well. I just can't wait to see all the excitement and all the plans that everyone creates for their business this year to achieve PC or higher. And, you know, I know that we spoke about bronze leader. I know that there will be some of those that, you know, just move up through the ranks of ambassador in the next few campaigns and then hit bronze leader. And I know that we've got some powerhouses out there that are going to go all the way to the top. And hopefully we see them at the end of the year at those executive levels. So I just wish everyone a very, very prosperous 2018. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.